I feel like it was a time where I was kind of like trying to make music to please the label, but that didn't last long. So it's like, cause I always make music for me. Like I don't even really make music for my fans. I make it for me. And if they fuck with it, then they fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to get back into that place. And I feel like that's what happened with a lot of artists too. Like they start trying to please the label because they unaware. They thinking the label know best. You know what I'm saying? We come from nothing. We don't know no better. Like we looking at them like they been in this shit forever. They got millions of dollars. They the one that gave us this shit. You know what I'm saying? They considered the industry. So we just trying to please their ass. You know what I'm saying? Until you start to realize like, man, hold on. They don't really know my backstory. They don't know. You know, they don't even know my fan base. They probably don't even know my motherfucking middle name. They don't know how many siblings I got. You know what I'm saying? So when you start realizing that shit, you like, hold on, maybe they not making the right decisions for me because they don't know who I am for real, you know?
Yo, what's poppin'? This episode is sponsored by Open on Sunday. Now, Open on Sunday is a music catalog financing company that help producers, artists, and songwriters unlock the true value of their catalog. We always hear about the big artists who sell their catalog like Dr. Dre, Metro Boomin, Justin Bieber, artists like that. But what about the small artists who's trying to sell their catalog? Well, this is where Open on Sunday comes in. And if you're somebody who owns masters or publishing and collect royalty checks, your catalog might be worth more than you think. Now, this is where Open on Sunday can help. They will give you upfront cash to invest in whatever. It could be for a studio, for a house, or even just to reinvest into your music career. But the special thing about them is they offer a buyback option. So if you ever want your music catalog back, you got the option to do so. So listen, if you're an artist, songwriter, or music producer, you do not want to miss out on this opportunity. All you got to do is go to www.openonsunday.com and you can get your free valuation. Listen, man, this company is legit. They've been around since 2018. They acquired over 100 catalogs, including legends like BB King, Ghostface Killer, and Keith Sweat. Don't miss out. www.openonsunday.com. Get your free valuation. Let's get back to this episode. Yo, we back.
Yes, sir.
Special guest is here. SleezyWorldGo. What up, brother?
What's happening?
Hey, man, I feel like it's been a little minute since I talked to you.
Yeah, it's been
like 2 years.
It's been a cool little minute, probably like a year and a half.
What's going on, bro? Like, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I hear no new music. What the fuck is going on?
You ain't been tapped in. I just dropped the album.
Just dropped the album, what? Like, how long ago?
Probably like 6 months ago.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Probably not even a whole 6 months. Probably like five.
I feel like I just listened to that. With the, that had the song about, like, something about drill music and something, I don't know.
Yeah. You listen to it.
What was it?
Drill Ain't Dead.
Drill Ain't Dead, right? I know it wasn't crazy.
Right.
Yeah. See, I'm tapped in a little bit. I know what's going on. I don't really listen to the young music like that because, like, y'all be talking about killing motherfuckers and, like, just sliding on the ops and, like, damn.
Yeah.
You're not young, though. You almost 30.
Yeah, I'm 27.
You just turned 27.
Yeah.
27. I wouldn't put in a box like that. Almost 30, 20.
I'm 29. When I was 27.
That's because you young as too.
That's crazy. See how they treat us?
What's good, man? So, like, how the music industry treating you, bro? Since last time I talked to you, man.
It's decent. I feel like I really don't be in the music industry. You know, I'm a music industry artist, but I ain't really. I be to myself. I be in my own lane, so it's like, you know.
I feel like every nigga that's in the industry say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not no industry man, but you in it.
I wouldn't say I ain't saying I'm not an industry. I'm just saying I'm not in the industry basically. Like I be on some whole other shit, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like when you ask how the industry treat me, it's like I don't be around.
Right.
You know?
Okay, I like that. So I guess when I'm asking how the industry treating you, I'm asking like how the relationship's going. Because, you know, a lot of people can be fake. A lot of people can only move around when you are buzzing. Like, you had a song that went viral, right?
Yeah.
You can see the difference now, kind of. Like, you see the difference of how people treat you.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, I guess, like, how the industry treat you.
I feel like I fuck with the people that's just been fucking with me. I don't really be, I'm kind of like, I'm picky on who I let around me anyways. So it's like, the motherfuckers I did let around me, they still fuck with me regardless, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's some of the, I guess, some of the people that you've met, collab with, that's really tight, you would say? That you probably wouldn't even have thought of being tight with for
real? I feel like me and Rob 49 real tight.
I fuck with Rob.
Yeah. What you stand up do?
Me and Black Boy JB, I fuck with him heavy. Yeah, it's a couple people I really with heavy.
What you think? How you think you and Rob got so tight? I guess.
We just connected. I feel like we connected when I met him at Double XL,
Okay.
and we've been locked in since then. So it's like it felt like I've been knowing his ass for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
You from Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yo, so how is Kansas City? Do they have a project in there in Kansas City, like projects? Because I know some hoods don't have projects.
No,
They got projects down there. Yeah.
Are you from the projects?
No.
I asked that because I like Rob because we share something in common. Like, he's from the projects in New Orleans, and I'm from the projects in Baltimore. And I feel like I don't know, it's just a lot of things we relate to. That's why I was wondering, like, were you from the projects up there?
Yeah, nah, cause go.
I wouldn't say like they don't really call it the projects. You know, the projects ain't but an apartment complex. You feel me?
Yeah, kinda.
That's what it is. You go in the city, a project is an apartment complex.
Yeah, but it's some. I mean, cause
And they call that the project because it's in the hood.
yeah,
And it's apartment complex in the hood. So it's like, we don't really call that shit the projects. It's just, we call it the apartment complex, man.
okay. So what neighborhood you from?
I always grew up around the 30s. So I've been in the 30s my whole life.
Explain that to me. Like, if for somebody
It's
that's
just
from,
number streets. Like, that's what it go by. It go by numbers. You can be from the 30s. You can be from the 50s. You can be from 12th Street. You can be from the 20s.
like Chicago almost.
Wait, what?
I don't know how Chicago is. Kind of, yeah, like 79th, just like that. It's kind of like that, yeah.
Okay. I was asking, just curious. You about to say something, Alex?
Nah, I mean, cause I was doing research about Missouri, and Jay had a funny comment, but like St. Louis is right there. Well, 3 hours away, right?
Mhm.
And we just kind of talk about like the music scene in St. Louis. You had people that come out of there, legends like Nelly. Yeah, you got Sexy Red going crazy right now. Is there like a lot of collaboration between Kansas City and St. Louis, or is it like y'all just tailor 2 different cities?
Nah, it's really just 2 different cities for real. I feel like we f with each other music, but like when it comes to the collab, we ain't really kind of like
Integrated yet?
nah.
Cause like as far as Kansas City, outside of you, who's really putting on for the city? Cause I know Funny Parker. I'm no St. Louis. St. Louis? He from St. Louis. But like I thought he was from St. Louis. I mean, I might be wrong.
Kansas City.
He Kansas City, he from Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They Kansas. Tech Nine is probably one of the biggest when it comes to independent. He was going on big ass tours. Like,
Yeah.
Tech Nine is the GOAT when it comes to that type of shit.
Yeah.
You ever tap in, bro?
Yeah, we tapped in. We like
And when you talk about 3 hours, bro, you tripping. Like, you gotta think about it. Like, Baltimore, DC is an hour away.
Yeah.
We ain't fucking with DC like that. I mean, we're outside of the city.
Bro, when we Philly and DC, it's still tapped in because Uzi was coming down and rocking with all the PG artists.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, 3 hours? I was gonna ask you this then. Coming outside the city, right? When y'all see people buzzing from Missouri, is it closer knit outside of being home? Like when y'all travel, now it's like it's love to St. Louis because like they family. But you know how being family, like brothers, we could argue in a house.
Mhm.
But when we outside, like y'all can't f with us like that.
yeah, we f with each other. Like, yeah, it's like we f with each other on this house. But it's really more so like Kansas and Kansas City. Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, well, I gotta break that down.
It's just 2 different parts. It's Kansas side and it's the Kansas City side.
What's the difference?
That's the difference. One side is Kansas and one side is Kansas City.
So where's the Chiefs?
So it's Kansas City, Kansas, and it's Kansas City, Missouri. So that's the difference right there.
Oh, okay.
So are the Chiefs your team or they're Kansas? Like,
I
how did that
mean,
work out?
the Chiefs is on the Missouri side, but it's both our teams. So there ain't no difference on that shit.
I'm learning now. This is a whole geography.
They be arguing about that shit, but it really ain't no difference. It's the same. You know?
Oh, shit, yeah, I ain't never known about that, bro. I guess when you talk about tapping into this music, right? What are some of the biggest influences coming out of your area that you would contribute to that area, but a lot of people wouldn't even know?
Like, what you mean?
Like DC, for example, they got go-go music,
Mhm.
right? But I feel like a lot of people would know about go-go because DC put on for go-go. What is something that, like, I guess, coming out of Kansas City or Missouri in general, that like
Like a unique sound.
yeah, that's a unique sound that you think you would put on for?
That I put on for?
Yeah.
I feel like we got a sound when it come to music, but I don't sound like it.
What does it sound like though? What would you describe it as?
You got to tap into that. You got to tap into the artists, but it's a sound down there. You just got to tap into it.
So I guess
Well, hold on. He ain't about to just. Hold on. Like, you gotta explain yourself, because even everybody you can explain, like Detroit.
I can't explain. You gotta listen to that shit. You can't explain the Detroit sound. You gotta listen to their music to actually know how they sound.
Okay, cool. But you can, so DC go, right? You think about Chicago drill, right? Even like Baltimore is like, I mean, old school, like club music. So it's a I'm pretty sure like y'all had some type of stylistically that was like just that came from your area specifically, or no?
Yeah, I feel like we got our own sound down there, but I can't kind of like tie it to nobody else.
Okay.
It's literally just unique. So it's like a lot of the artists that's like goats in the city that's been doing it, and like OGs, they got that original Kansas City, Missouri sound. Like, listen to their shit, you gonna hear that.
Okay.
You know?
Yo, being so young in the game, right? And you having so much success early, do you look at the music different or the industry different as far as your success than what you originally looked at it as?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I never really like looked at it as no way. I used to just like the artists I fuck with them because I feel like I related to them. So it's like if I'm listening to some, they on the same time and that I'm on, so I'm just looking like I see niggas with money and shit like that. But I never knew nothing about the industry. Like I never knew what label, like no label names. I ain't know none of that shit. Like I ain't know no A&R was. I ain't know none of that shit. So it's like I never really thought about that shit.
So on that note,
But not.
I'm sorry. No, it's wrong.
I was bad. My bad. You were good. My bad. So not even people though, because you made that known. I understand that. I'm talking about how you look at success and how you look at the business side of the music industry. Does that change? Because, for example, right? Let's say before you got on, right? You probably would be like, man, I'm never going to be like some of these who make a hit and disappear, not really understanding, right? But then you start to learn, okay, these ain't really go nowhere. They still working, but things might ain't align how they wish it would have went and things like that. So I'm wondering, do you look at the business side differently now that you're inside the industry and now that you've had a hit and you making music and you still flourishing?
I feel like I just understand it because, like I said, like I wasn't really like these are things I wasn't thinking about when I was coming up. I wasn't really like, why that ain't doing music no more, or why, you know what I'm saying? If you make a hit, because like I ain't really listened to a lot of like mainstream music coming up. I used to fuck with a lot of that was coming up. Like I liked the underground. Like I liked a lot of Chicago artists. I still fuck with a lot of like underground people that's coming up and shit. But yeah, I never really just paid attention to it. But now that I'm in it, I understand. Like now I'm seeing like, oh, that's why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like coming up, I really wasn't like paying attention to that shit.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex. My bad.
No, I mean, it's kind of like aligned to that. What you were talking about was like learning the business. And what do you feel like you haven't implemented from the last time y'all sat down and talked about in the business now? Because a lot of times, again, the success comes before the blueprint. You know what I mean? And when you're in those places, we find like a lot of people fall or they fumble the opportunity because they weren't prepared for it. But it looked like you have been implementing and continue to work through that. So just kind of wanted you to talk to that process.
I feel like you got to just take like take control of that. Like when we like as artists and shit, when we coming up and we make this platform for ourselves and shit like that, is because we always had the control. And it's like once you make it and you fuck with a label, you lose that control and you don't even notice you lose the control, you know, because you got to think about it. They're investing in millions of dollars into you. So they want their word to be right. So you stop being heard. And how you would just drop some tomorrow, they'd be like, nah, you got to do it this way because this is how the system is set up. But it's like in your head, you like, I done made it here by just dropping that whenever I feel like it. So it's like, you just got to make sure you have that control. I feel like money don't matter. The control of your art matter at the end of the day, you know?
That's crazy because like, I was going to ask you that next. Like, does that make you lose the passion? You know what I'm saying? When they telling you no, or they telling you they have to go this way, is it just kind of like, because I saw that you kind of venturing out, you posted, well, I was looking at your headlines that you're going into clothing or dropping a clothing line or something along the line. Is that part of the reason why? It's just like a pivot.
That's not a part of the reason for me. I feel like it's part of the reason why I do other shit because I just love making art. Like I just love doing anything that got to do with art, and that should bring you money too. Music shouldn't be your only, like, you know what I'm saying, source of income, especially when you in it. because it's ups and downs in this. Ain't nobody that did music had a perfect career where they didn't have ups and downs. So it's like you got to know how to invest your money because it's gonna be times you're gonna be up, it's gonna be times you're gonna be down. You know what I'm saying? So
Are you signed now?
yeah, I'm still signed. Yeah.
Okay, so understanding all of that though, I'm trying to be careful because I know there's certain things you can't ask when you sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
But understanding the business side of it now, does it still feel like fun?
Like understanding the business side.
Yeah, like knowing that you can drop whenever you want, that the label has a say so in when it comes to what you do, how you do it. Like, does it still feel like the same music that you was dropping before you were signed? Does it feel like that dream that you always wanted, or does it feel like something different?
I feel like it was a time where I was kind of like trying to make music to please the label, but that didn't last long. So it's like, cause I always make music for me. Like I don't even really make music for my fans. I make it for me. And if they fuck with it, then they fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I had to get back into that place. And I feel like that's what happened with a lot of artists too. Like they start trying to please the label because they unaware. They thinking the label know best. You know what I'm saying? We come from nothing. We don't know no better. Like we looking at them like they been in this shit forever. They got millions of dollars. They the one that gave us this shit. You know what I'm saying? They considered the industry. So we just trying to please their ass. You know what I'm saying? Until you start to realize like, man, hold on. They don't really know my backstory. They don't know. You know, they don't even know my fan base. They probably don't even know my motherfucking middle name. They don't know how many siblings I got. You know what I'm saying? So when you start realizing that shit, you like, hold on, maybe they not making the right decisions for me because they don't know who I am for real, you know?
For the sake of the fans, right? Because you got a lot of fans and supporters. Give me a period of time or maybe a song or two where you can point to the fans and say, this was the time that I was trying to please my label around when I was making this type of music, when I was making these songs.
I wouldn't say like me making it because I ain't gonna make some shit I don't like, but me dropping it was more so trying to please the label because that's the song they like the most.
What song was it?
Some shit that me and some don't get your feelings in it. I really liked the song, but I didn't want to drop it at that time. But they liked it more than me. Like they was like, "This is what you should drop." I wanted to drop something else. It's been a couple songs. It's been some songs that I didn't drop at the right time because they didn't believe it as much as I did. So yeah.
Yeah. Yo, you know what? First and foremost, before we even finish, right? This why I might not want to like interview artists when they first come out, bro. The conversation is way different now. You know what I'm saying? Like you seem like you more into it. You understand the game, of course, more. It's only been a year and a half, right? But like you seem more confident. You seem more like just like know what the fuck is going on around you. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, for sure.
When do you think it changed? If you could point it out, like again, I'm big on times. Like what happened or what like along in your career when
I feel like it been kind of like was changing for me, but like I give people chances. I feel like I give people too many chances. So it's like as I'm noticing everything, I'm already hip to a lot of shit, and it's like, all right, maybe they're gonna be right this time, or maybe it's gonna be better this time. You know what I'm saying? Until I was like, all right, I'm not on that shit no more.
And you got a little one now, right?
I got 4 kids.
You got 4 kids.
Yeah.
Wait, how is this the youngest?
My youngest, she 1.
One. That was how was the oldest?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, 5 years. All right. That's cool. When you drop, so let's go to the music for a second. I'm an old, so pardon me. I'm gonna talk some old real quick. I'm talking about the type of music you make, right? Especially like drill music and shit like that. Drill ain't dead. Does it ever conflict making this type of music and being a dad?
Nah, not for me.
No?
Why not? I feel like I used to do crazy shit while being a dad, you know? So it's like, it just really is what it is. And then it's
okay, cool. I'm gonna stay in my old back. So, but understanding that like you used to do crazy shit, but now we still making music about crazy shit. We see the world don't give a right? We think about trials like shit, like Young Thug, where is like we see the DEA and these cops is using lyrics against our young and against our culture, hip hop, right? What you think is, I guess, when you make music like that and you might not even be doing nothing, but you see what's going on with it. That doesn't like frighten you at all? That doesn't scare you at all?
I feel like the people that don't want us to make it is the people that don't understand. Because it's people that make like movies about shit that's worse than what we talking about in songs. And they ain't gonna never say nothing to the writer, the motherfucker that wrote that movie, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, we young black turnt talking about killing and talking about all this shit, drugs, bitches and shit. They don't like it. They feel like we popping our shit. They feel like we need to stay in our place. They don't want us to like say certain shit like that, but they don't understand like this is the environment we coming up out of. And then they don't understand too. It's like, this is an outlet for us to make it. Like, if all I got to do is rap about this type of shit and I can become rich and save my family from poverty, I'm going to do it. I don't give a fuck who feel no type of way. It is what it is, you know? So it's like, shit.
I ain't mad at that. So what do you say to the older generation that talk down on it? Because every music generation, like, think about, not to use him as an example, like Soulja Boy, right? When Soulja Boy came, everybody was saying Soulja Boy is killing hip hop. Like, he's the death of hip hop. And then everybody started making dance music, right? Same with T-Pain when he came, made auto-tune. Jay-Z, death of auto-tune. And the next thing you know, everybody using auto-tune. So you being a young nigga coming and making young turnt music, drill music, it's always the generation above you pointing down saying this is what's killing our culture and our music. What do you think about that?
I feel like it's because those people is stuck in a time. And it's like, this is what music was for them. So now that it's people making music for, like, it's a new generation coming up, they never gonna understand it because they stuck in that time. Like, this music not for y'all no more, you know? It's like, when I get old as hell, it's gonna be some young niggas making music that I'm probably gonna be like, what the fuck the hell? It ain't for me though. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all got our own time when it comes to music, you know? And it's like, shit, it's just not for you. But that don't mean they fucking up mute, like, you know what I'm saying, hip hop. The first hip hop song probably was weak as hell. Like, if I listen to that shit now, it probably was weak as hell to us. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't for me. It was for them. That shit is hard to them. You know what I'm saying? Music is just really about making you feel good.
And it's a way of expression too.
Yeah.
I've learned, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I've had to learn this through just recently about this whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar shit, right? It's really a form of expression, and you don't have to really like the type of music all the time to respect it and understand it. Right? I wasn't a big fan of Kendrick Lamar, right? He made me a believer. I ain't gonna lie to you. He made me a believer, he did. But even in that, I had to understand that I think it's purpose in both. Right? Like, I think hip hop needs a Drake, hip hop needs a Kendrick Lamar together. Right? And I feel like, having said that, yeah, I might can listen to some young nigga music and it might not be for me, but I can understand that, bro, he's expressing where he came from, like you said, and we need that. So instead of being a hater, embrace it. But just because I embrace it don't mean I gotta listen to it every day. Right? If that makes sense. So no, I definitely get it.
And me starting to, like, when I really started getting into music and shit and start really making music, at first I used to judge niggas' music like, man, that shit ass. But if you actually listen to an artist's music, you will see why it's good. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's a couple artists that I didn't like at first until I started listening to their music, actually listening. I wasn't listening. I wasn't giving it a chance because I just like, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But once you give it a chance, you might actually fuck with it, you know?
No, fact.
So on that note of like listening to artists and crafting your music and everything, what is your process to making like a hit? You know what I'm saying? You've done it before. Like, is every song that you make a hit in your mind, or how do you know that this is one of them ones?
The process of making a hit is really when you just don't care and you just having fun, for real. It's like, that's how you make them songs, you know? I feel like if you ask anybody like they hit songs, I bet you they just didn't really put nothing into it. They just went in that bitch and made the song.
So now, hold up though.
Okay.
I feel like success sometimes can be like our biggest detriment, our biggest fall. Because when you see it, you try to repeat it. And then when you don't repeat it, it's just stressful as hell. Have you fell into that, trying to continue to make a hit or a viral song like you've had before, and that made annoys you?
Because I know how this shit work. Like, I feel like it's like when you don't know how this shit work, then you gonna get caught up into that shit. But like, I know how this shit work. Like,
can you elaborate? What do you mean? How does what work?
Like how to stay successful in the music industry, like how to continue to make those hit songs without trying too hard. Because once you try too hard and start stressing, it's like you're not gonna always make a hit song. Every song ain't gonna be the hit song, you know what I'm saying? And that song might be a hit song, but not yet, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you just gotta continue to make good music.
Yeah.
Cause the hit song comes out of the songs that just you have fun making and that you actually love making. Once you start trying to just make a hit song, you don't love them songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like just continue to make music that you love to do.
Yo, bro, I'm sorry, man. I don't know you like that. I met you one time, but I'll be remiss if I didn't say this. Like, just the growth as you as a person, as an artist, is just, it's fuming out of you, bro. Cause like, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm curious, bro, again, like me being in my old man bag, just curious, like, what's something about yourself that you're most proud of given this past 2 years?
Something about myself that I'm most proud of.
Yeah.
Shit, not giving up, for real, for real. For sure.
Yeah, you come in here with a camera, a pretty damn good camera at that, right?
Yeah.
What made you start tapping the and I see you, he remind me of me. Put
Right.
the camera, you change the settings. Here, now you can do it.
Nah, he walked in, you got a type C. You know what I'm saying? Language, yeah.
Like, what got you into that? What made you pick up the camera and stuff like that?
Cause I'm like, shit, like I start peeping, like every time I like shot music videos, I took control of it. Like I actually like came up with the ideas for the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I like have fun doing this shit. Like I actually like doing this. So I'm like, man, if I'm spending tens of thousands of dollars on music videos, how much do it cost to get the same equipment? You know? So I end up buying that shit and I end up start shooting my own videos and like shoot my artist videos and shit. And I actually like shooting videos.
So you doing it yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I edit that shit, shoot it and shit.
You edit yourself too?
Yeah, I be editing.
You full of shit.
That's crazy.
I can show you some shit out here.
What program you edit on?
Premiere
Pro?
Yeah.
And just taught yourself everything to watch on YouTube.
I mean, I got some homies that's like that shoot videos and shit. They kind of like, but I took probably like 3 weeks watching videos on how to do that shit. So by the time my camera equipment and shit came, I knew how to do that shit. I knew the angle, I knew everything.
How long has it been since then, you say?
How long has it been?
December?
Yeah.
That shit get addicting, don't it?
Yeah. Say I like doing that shit like I like want to make a song. Like it's the same type of feeling for me.
Bro, it kind of like, I don't know about you, right? It kind of like, for me, it gets me so isolated from the world because all I'm doing is like looking at shit, how I make my content better. Nigga ask me about some shit that's trending, and I supposedly know because I'm like the interview guy, the media guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck niggas is talking about. I'm really
Look
at how to edit, how to make this camera better. And it's like, it really puts you in the world of your own, for real.
Yeah, I seen a nigga with that same camera. I seen a label pay his ass $50,000
Sheesh.
to shoot a music video with that same camera.
So now you tapped into like getting your own bag from it.
Shit just gotta make sense to me. Like once I start, like if shit don't make sense to me, I'm not gonna want to do it. So once I start seeing that shit, like man, hold on. If this camera only gonna cost me around $10,000 to get everything I need for the camera, why the fuck am I still paying niggas $50,000 to shoot a video for me?
Right.
And I'm still directing it like, man, nah, I want this angle like this. I want this like that, you know?
But you know what else that come from? Understanding the business.
Yeah.
Right? Because these labels, nothing against your label, these labels, what they do is they get all these fancy videos, this fancy equipment, all this cranes and shit. Next thing you know, they ain't paying for shit.
Right.
That shit coming out your money on the back end
budget, yeah.
or your budget. You got, and then they tell you like, oh yeah, this is for that, and you like, nigga, what? How hands on are you when it comes to the business now?
Oh, I'm very hands-on with everything, for sure. Yeah. So it's like, even with that shit, like even with the label, like you will come in the game and shit like that. You'll have a hit song, you will have good music and shit. Now they want you shooting these big budget videos and your fans don't relate to it because with your fans, like the content they want that raw gutter shit. So it's like once you get over there and you start to disconnect from, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the music industry, a lot of the labels, they use the format of like these pop stars and these country singers and try to put it on hip hop. And it's like, that shit ain't gonna work.
Facts. unless they grow with you, right? For example, who I love, Glorilla, right?
Yeah.
Well, I love her come up.
Yeah.
She her first.
But her music videos is still the same.
It's turned up. You know
I'm saying like the same guy still shooting her shit. Same guy. Don't Diesel shoot her shit? But like, most of her shit that been coming out.
She got some shit.
If you
that
look at
like
the last few videos.
Yeah, you can see that. You can like her first video compared to like latest one.
Yeah. Of course the first one, but it's like it's still that same vibe. She still got a run and gun vibe to it though.
You talking about how it's shot?
Yeah.
That running gun vibe.
Kind of like that gorilla style shoot.
Quality.
Yeah.
Right, I'm talking about like the
The quality, the camera quality and like the edits and the color grade and all that shit. Yeah, it's way better.
Mm-hmm. So that's a great segue. Hold up. When do you say you make the change though? From let's say like thugging, because this is what my audience want, this is what my fans want, to like gradually increasing your quality of music, of videos, everything. Like how
I feel like it depends on how versatile you is as an artist. See, like I made all type of music like since the beginning of my career. So it's like if you ain't no real fan of me, you're not gonna understand. You may think I just make street music, but I don't.
Yeah.
So it's like with me, like I've been making all type of music. You know what I'm saying? I make pain music. I make music for the females. You know what I'm saying? Then I make street music. So it's like I got all that shit in one. So like my fans, they know like this nigga could do everything. So it's
I remember you saying that like, even before Sleazy Flow, was it? You been lit, like you been lit. That was just like an introduction for us and shit.
Yeah, that shit just got me in the industry. Like that shit just opened doors for me. I was just saying that shit like Sleazy Flow wasn't like Sleazy Flow just introduced me to like the broader of the world. I still have fans around the world, a lot of fans, you know. I feel like that shit just got me into the industry. Like,
you think that makes it easy for you to stay grounded?
For sure.
Yeah.
Because I already had a foundation.
Yep.
Like Sleazy Flow, that's not my foundation.
Yeah.
You know?
I was thinking that, bro. I was making fun. I was telling people like a lot of these niggas in the industry, like they get big headed because they ain't used to shit. Like I've been lit, respectfully. Like even before I got into podcast, I was lit doing something else, right? So like it's easy for the transition. Is like, man, I'm cool. Like I ain't gotta be.
You're not perpetrating.
Ain't not perpetrate.
No, I mean that's real. First of all, that what you're talking about, because you have a lot of people that just don't have that substance, that lifestyle, and they start to perform in a sense. But you know, one thing that I did a lot of research and just looking up, you know, one thing that I appreciate about you is your talks about fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? And I think that also is something that I feel like grounds you, because you talk about it a lot. And it's like you're an example. So day to day, you are showing that to your children. Going back to that conversation, how about like the music and everything, when you are talking about fatherhood, I haven't heard that yet in the music.
Yeah.
Is that something? And maybe I just haven't heard the songs yet.
Yeah, that's something. I haven't heard it. I got a lot of music about that shit though. But like one thing about me, like I like to keep my personal, like that's what I'm learning to do as an artist, to kind of like be more vulnerable when it comes to like my personal life.
Okay.
You know, because I feel like I'm like super overprotective for like the people that's in my family, you know, so I don't really like post my kids on social media as much, or like you said, like put them in my music that much, because it's like I don't really be wanting the world to know too much about me. But I feel like when you growing as an artist, you have to let them know shit about you, you know?
It's like it could go either way though,
but you see it backfiring a lot. You see a lot of these like celebrities, they post their kids in the comments, they saying crazy shit, or they starting to like share pictures of their kids saying crazy shit. I see it happen to a lot of artists, and it's like, that shit not cool. You can't control that shit, because it's like these people is behind screens and shit. So best way you can control it is probably not doing that shit, you know? But everybody got their own way about going.
No, I mean, you're right. I just say like it goes both ways only because like you think about it, the highest form we could think about, let's say Beyonce, right? Beyonce is somebody that don't say shit about nothing, right? But then we look at somebody like, let's say Cardi B. I feel like Cardi B has gotten super popular because of her vulnerability. Like she's letting you know that I ain't perfect. I ain't trying to be perfect. I ain't going to enunciate this shit right. I might not know what's what, but the fact that like she's so vulnerable, I think that's why so many people have gravitated to her.
But you see, she don't post her kids a lot.
I wouldn't.
I can't even tell you how much kids she got. I don't even know the kid's name, because she keep it strictly about her image and her music. she don't post her kids a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like,
Yeah. And people just weird in general. I mean, to be honest, like.
Agreed. Niggas do be weird. But as you were talking about kids, something that I think about is like 50 Cent talks about creating sire spirits for his son, right? And leaving that behind. And we were talking about fashion earlier. And Bakari, I think, is it Bakari or Bakari?
Bakari.
So when is that launching? And is that something that is specifically just a personal project, passion project, or is it something that you think of like leaving for the next generation or your kids and legacy wise?
I feel like I'm gonna leave everything for my kids. Like
Mm.
leave all that shit for my kids. But Bakari, that shit really just like personal. Because I love fashion, I love to dress. So it's like I'm like, man, I want to make my own shit. I want to make some shit for me, but I want people to be able to relate to it too. You know,
Nope. When can we expect it? Because I went on the page, I was looking. I'm like, where?
it's been on pause right now because I had dropped my album, and then I had one on tour, and I'm setting up for another tour. But I'm looking to drop it within like the next 4 to 5 months. My first little collection of it. Yeah.
And is the goal like the fashion weeks? Would you be interested in collaborating with somebody from? Because we saw like Doechii just did a really dope collab for fashion. It was a New York Fashion Week and somebody, and we're seeing a lot of that as far as artists and things of that nature. Is that something that you envision down the line?
Yeah, like I want to take my shit far. I feel like I'm raw at that shit. I'm raw at like designing clothes and just styling clothes and shit. Yeah.
You have anybody tell you not to do that?
No.
No.
Really? Like nobody.
I wouldn't say a motherfucker tell me not to, but
There's something in his head.
nah, I wouldn't say a motherfucker tell me not to do that.
Okay. So like,
They think it's too much on me.
Okay.
So they're like, man, I don't know if you need to do that because it might be too much. You're already dealing with all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool.
I only ask that because, again, I don't know how I feel about my man.
yeah.
First of all, shout out to my man Alex. He's such a journalist, bro. I love you, bro. You just dope at what you do. I love your questions and how you Bakari. I love it.
Hey, man.
I'm the nigga. But you think about Kanye West, right? Because I used to love Kanye West. Used to, man. This nigga just a fucking weirdo. I don't know, damn. But we see what his career, huh?
You still your favorite artist secretly. It's okay.
He's a hoe. But I feel like when we look at people like Kanye West, I think he's gotten to where he's gotten to because he was pushing for more so much that it drove him crazy. Nigga say he couldn't be a rapper, he became that. Nigga say he couldn't be a good fashion designer, he became that and more. And I was wondering, like, is it some things like that you have inside of you, pause, when it comes to like niggas saying you can't, so it makes you want to do it even more and it drives you to do it even more?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like just coming from where I come from, just that in itself is say you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I feel like I'm kind of paving the way for the next generation. So it's like, I want to do this shit the right way. I want them to be able to learn from everything that I'm doing. Like, I don't want them to feel like they're going to be boxed in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all the shit that I'm doing, the generation that's going to come after me, the artists that's going to blow after me, that's coming from where I come from, they're going to have something to look up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I wouldn't be me if I ain't asked this. You know, I got to go to mental health route.
I was literally thinking that same question.
For a second.
So calm, bro. Like,
I was going to ask you, when the last time you like really stopped and pat yourself on the back and really was like, man, look, I'm really in the spaces that I wanted to be?
I won't say I stopped to pat myself on the back. I feel like I stopped and just prayed to God. Like, I'm appreciative. No matter how hard shit seemed, I'm still appreciative because you made it so far. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just got to be grateful for what you got because there's a lot of people that want what you got. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yo, having 5 kids, how important is it for you to be able to do that so they can see that?
It's very important. That's like the main thing for me. Like, that's what I'm most happy about. Like, that's my joy in this shit, like my kids, you know. It ain't really too much shit that make me happy besides my kids, you know. So like, even when shit feel like it's just going down, seeing them and be around them, that shit just keep me going type shit.
I love it, bro. Fire. As far as one of the things I feel like with within our community, Black men, we often talk about. You just mentioned mental health, right?
Yeah.
Like we're always having that conversation around therapy, and you've been through trauma. You lost loved ones and things of that nature. Is that something that you felt like you used as an outlet, or was music just solely that outlet for you? Cause you real calm, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I love it.
I feel like when I was in prison, I learned how to like. That was like probably like the roughest time for me, like mentally.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I feel like that time strengthened me. So like none of that, like when I came home, I was kind of like already like strong when it comes to being mental, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That shit built that, like it built it for me in jail because you just in a cell, a lot of shit going on. You can't do shit, but you only got your thoughts in jail. So it's like, you got to be strong to deal with that shit. And it's like day after day, year after year, you know? So yeah.
So something that I got a statement that, and I just kind of want to your thoughts on this. Somebody said to me before, mental health challenges aren't people that are weak, but people that have been strong for too long. So you just said that, like, you know, you built that callus. Is there ever a point where it's just like, man, I just need something else? Like, it's you just strong for everybody.
I feel like that shit happen all the time. But it's like when you like the leader of the pack, you gotta kind of like make sure you get through that shit. Cause it's like once you give up, then who gonna lead the way? You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
That's what we built for. I feel like that's what we built for as being the leaders, you know, the men.
That's what I was gonna say.
But that's why you need women in your life that's
Come on, man.
understand that, you know, even though we built for it, you gotta have females around you that can see that shit and understand that shit and be there for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we need people to be there for us too. So yeah.
You know what's funny?
That's good.
I was talking to somebody and we were talking about like men being leaders, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the leader. I'm gonna be the provider. But I kind of want, and this might sound crazy, but fuck y'all, I ain't scared of y'all. I feel like I was saying I want my woman to be the leader for me. Because I'm a lead. I'm gonna provide, I'm gonna protect when it comes to the world, right? But I might need you to teach me how to be soft, to teach me how to chill out when I need to chill out, right? I feel like we always look at this word leadership in one way. Like when it comes to leading, I'm gonna provide, I'm gonna protect, I'm gonna do all of that. But I need a woman who can step up to the plate and lead when I need to be led, right? Like we think about the animal kingdom, we think about lions. Most people would think the male lion is the strong lion. He's going out there getting the food. Nah, it's the lioness that's going out there getting the food, bringing it back, right? And it's like I kind of need a lioness that's gonna be in my house. That's gonna when I'm doing too much, she could be like, "Hey, babe, I see you. I thank you, but I need you to come take some time off." I think that's leadership as well. It's like when you said that, I feel like that's super important, man.
Nah, it creates that balance, and I feel like I was laughing earlier because I seen the clip that you posted on TikTok where you were like, "I'm just gonna be the side nigga," you know what I'm saying? And he just posted. It was just hilarious because there's a lot of pressure, with being that person for somebody, you know. And while it was jokingly, I kind of understood it. I was like, I mean, I get it, you know what I mean? Because you got your father, you know what I'm saying? So if you're choosing to deal with somebody, it's like you have to understand the complexities of my lifestyle, and sometimes the wrong person will add more to it than actually helping benefit that situation.
No, for sure.
He was capping though. He ain't been nobody's side, nigga.
And I feel like as men, like when it comes to emotions, we put last. Like the world put us last when it comes to like how we feel and like just our emotional side. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like a lot of men is so hard because it's like once you try to open up and express yourself, if you see that shit on the social media, they're gonna laugh at that shit.
Yep. Boy, one thing they will do is they'll weaponize the hell out your vulnerability.
Yeah.
Boy.
Because I was going to ask you that, like, we all men here, and then you got your homies with you and things of that nature. It's like, do you create those safe spaces for people around? Because some people don't want you in the past to be soft. The older generation, they feel like we too soft for those safe spaces. But like amongst your friends and people that are around you, do you feel like you create those safe spaces so people can be vulnerable? Or and vice versa?
Yeah, for sure. Like with my guys and like the people I fuck with here, yeah, you know, because I know how it is. It's like this shit not easy. It's not easy being a man nowadays. You know what I'm saying? That shit not easy. It's a lot of shit we go through mentally. So if I know that shit, if I know I'm going through shit, I know my bro going through shit. So we had conversations. Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's hard. Now you wait. You ain't mean being a side nigga though, right? You ain't being nobody's side nigga. You cap.
Nigga, just you're depending on what day who is first stream.
So I'm just
You posted it. I mean, that's why I saw it. I was like, he ain't mean this shit. But I'm gonna ask him though.
I was trolling.
man, but I say, bro, you get older, man. Listen,
I was trolling.
that's for y'all young niggas, bro. I ain't being nobody's side nigga, bro. I ain't, bro.
Hey, bro.
These.
Well, nah, we not about to go on a rant.
What you about to say, man? Man, bro, I don't even want that smoke, bro. I don't even want nothing. Like, y'all can have it. When I was young, yeah, you can just call.
I'm ready to bump. Fight.
Bro, okay. Oh, word, bro.
Yeah.
It's just too much pride because now your nigga find out about me. He want to kill me. Now I got to defend myself. I don't even want them problems, bro. Like, get out over there. I'm getting old. I'm tired. I'd rather take a nap. Like, fuck out of here. I need my own.
Just find the one, bro. I just keep praying for
It's hard out here, though.
Facts.
Ain't nobody find the one shit.
Do you find it hard dating? Like for your
Nah, for sure. I feel like it is. It's super hard dating nowadays because I feel like we just so lost in the sauce. We lost in the internet. I always said that shit, man. I feel like that's because like me coming home, seeing, I feel like the internet is the root of all evil. It's not money no more. It's the internet.
Wow.
Because what's more powerful than the internet?
I never heard
nobody
nobody.
say that. I ain't gonna lie. I never heard nobody say that.
Yo, facts though. The internet, bro.
What's dictating life? The internet. Like at first it was money. Like motherfuckers is okay with being broke as long as they can be on the internet. Like if I can be on the internet, I don't give a fuck. Like it's people out here like that's like shit. If I can be on the internet, I don't give a fuck. I'll be on this bitch. This what makes me happy. I ain't got to pay no bills. I'll live with my mama for the rest of my life if I can be on the internet.
It's that short-term gratification.
Bro, I was just saying that, bro.
Gratification.
People, Instagram, IG ain't for Instagram no more, bro. IG is for instant gratification.
Mhm.
Bro, like, think about it. That's why we created Instagram, bro. Like, the fact that you can get instant gratification. They see things, even when it come to dating. Niggas ain't shit because they think they can get whatever they want. No, you can't, nigga. You ain't got the options that you think you got. Everybody think they got some motherfucking options, nigga. Just because you could DM somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, you DM somebody. You think you gonna get something, then they gonna ask something for something in return. Now you hurt. Like, nah, bro. Like, everybody think they could, like, nah, bro. That's why I take pride in saying that I've been doing this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you've been doing this. Like, you just got introduced to me, nigga. Like, you just sing my songs. Like, I've been doing this. I take pride in that, bro, because a lot of niggas come today and they gone tomorrow, and they think they got something to say, think their words matter, and it don't.
And then everybody opinion matter on the internet.
But it don't for real.
It could be a motherfucker that's 14 and say
The craziest shit.
the craziest shit under a post.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of other motherfuckers that's agreeing with it. I didn't know who the fuck that just said it, you know? So it's just like the internet is the problem. That's what I feel like.
How do you deal with that though? Like the complexities, the comments, that's why I kept on having a conversation of like mental health and things of that nature, because
I feel like
I
it's I feel like once you understand and know this is what it is, you're not gonna let it affect you no more. Like if I know this is what it is, if I know like most of the people that's probably trolling me under my shit is some kids or motherfuckers that don't have shit, grown adults that's fucked up in life, or older motherfuckers that didn't make it and wanted to be rappers, it's like, why the fuck am I gonna care?
Mm-hmm.
Your opinion don't matter to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's if I let you get to me, then this is like, you know what I'm saying? I'm stupid to your level. You know? It only matter if I say it matter. If I say it don't matter, it don't matter. You know? So it's like, yeah.
That sound like a father, nigga.
That is. I was just saying. That sounds like you got to sit your child down. I was like, listen, I don't care what that person said to you. If you let it matter, yes, or
That's a fact. So I see it happen to a lot of artists. It's like nowadays, every artist, you will see somebody say, you fell off. Under every artist post, you fell off. Some artists let it get to them, but it's like, it's just somebody that's probably not even a real fan of you hating on you right now.
I'm going to keep it funky, bro. I had to learn. I'll never forget, I was talking to a K-Camp, and I was asking him, because I asked the question that the fans want to know. And like, yo, people say you fell off, right? Like, nigga, basically, like, I've been working.
Yeah.
What did you talk about?
Yeah.
I'm still paying my bills, taking care of my family. So they can think what they want. And it dawned on me that even when it comes to that, it's so many artists out here who hasn't had a hit song but still understand the business of music and are doing really well in business. And just because a nigga don't have a hit song don't mean he not doing really well in the business.
Yeah.
And all that other shit really don't matter. I'm like, damn.
But
And then the people that's saying it, they're not true fans.
Right.
Like, you're never gonna see a true fan of yours say you fell off. Why? Because they're
listen
with
to
you
music.
through your journey. They know what you got going on.
Yep.
The motherfuckers that saying it, they don't know what you got going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when he told them, like, people saying you fell off, it's like, who? The people that don't fuck with me? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Nigga still on tour. Like, to this day, I'm like, you right.
yeah.
You absolutely right.
A motherfucker told me, you a 2-hit wonder. I said, at least I got hits. At least I can say I got some hits.
Facts.
some niggas don't ever make
That's
it.
cool. I'd rather be called a 2-hit wonder than the nigga ain't never made a hit.
But you know what that also is, though? Music done evolved, though. Because back in the day, you wouldn't get an album from somebody 4 or 5 years, 2 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? People were actually taking time. But now I feel like because of how streaming goes, because we're able to get music every 6 months or somebody dropping a mixtape every 3 months, that now people are just expecting you to drop hit after hit after hit.
And that's like telling a nigga that won 2 championships, like, you only won 2 championships. Fuck. I still won some championships. There's a lot of motherfuckers that ain't never won nothing. You feel me? So it's like,
And then you don't give them a chance for that development. Because they said the same thing about Glow. We are glad you brought her up. And it's like, no, I'm in the lab, bro. Just let me cook.
I love Glow, bro.
She
been going crazy.
She been stepping on this.
But I love her because it's not even the music, bro. Like, first of all, you see how Sexy Red came in going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody try to, like, push Glorilla to the side. I'm glad, like, not saying they ain't trying to make them beef or nothing, but they just try to say, like, she was over with.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, in the comments they did.
For real?
Hell yeah, they used to say, like, you need a Sexy Red turn, you ain't this. Like, if you, like, they be saying a lot of shit in the comments.
See, that's crazy.
So it's like,
What I'm saying is, I love the fact that even though the pressure was on fake, because I don't think it was on for her for real, but even though the pressure was fake on, she still continued to show up and make good music, and it showed about the quality of who she is as an artist. I thought that was dope as fuck.
I feel that time, I feel like she kind of like what I said, like, she was like, she started back making music for herself, like, and she just kept going. Like, that's what I like the most about her. It's like she kept going. Like, she ain't let that shit affect her. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of artists will let that shit affect them. You know what I'm saying? But she just kept going.
I'm gonna let you get out here soon. Was it a time where something could have affected you in the industry? You don't have to say no names and nothing like that, because I really don't know. But just curious, was it a time where something similar happened with you in the industry and it could have affected you, but, like, you ain't allowed to?
Like, what type of scenario?
Like, I guess the Glow, like, when another young person came up and they tried to compare him, and then, like, but she just kept going strong, and she started doing what she got back to her music, what she loved, and it turned back up. Maybe like a
That-
artist they might have
that
compared you
could've-
to, whatever. Yeah.
That it could have affected me?
Yeah.
Nah. I can't think of one.
Okay.
That's a good problem. Man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I can't think of one. That's a good one. All
Right
right.
about the fish, you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like a lot of artists just, like, start to use my type of beats, but I like that type of shit because I feel like I put, like, that just let me know I put an impact. Like, my sound put an impact on the music industry.
That's hard.
So when you look back, it's like a lot of motherfuckers doing these type of beats. When you listen to this, like, when you listen to this new artist, this artist just blew up, and I'm hearing my type of beat on his shit. It's like, all right, cool. Do you, like, I influence some shit? You know
what else that come from, though, before you go? Being successful. Because if you only really think about shit like that when you hurt and you, like, when you a bum and ain't shit going on, like, man, these niggas is using my shit. But when you successful, I don't give a fuck. It's like, I'm lit still. Fuck I talk about that.
I feel like that's what it's about, though. I feel like that's what I be making it for. Like, I want to influence other people to become successful. I want, like, my impact to help another artist become who they is. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's like, damn, I used to listen to bro shit. I used to listen to his beats, and that shit just turned me up. You know what I'm saying? And now he's successful. Now that nigga a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I fuck with it.
Nah, facts. Well, at least about that one thing.
Nah, I mean, because, like, when you talk about legacy, we were having that conversation. My my question was, you're a creative. Is beat something that you're inquiring about? Because you got the camera, you got the
Clothing line. Like at this point, you about to be making beats. Like what's the what?
I make beats.
Are you been?
How long have it been since like I've been making? So like if
That's why they love.
if you listen to my album More Than a Shooter, I probably made like 6 beats on there.
I know what he doing, bro.
Man,
He trying to get that money. Look. When the label like, "Hey, we gotta pay this nigga, we gotta pay this nigga." Nah, send me them checks, nigga.
no, somebody was talking about that though. I think it was YBN Lemire or something, or there was an artist that was talking about that as well, where they were like, we were just creating their own beat, or like their studio, they built their own studio in their house. Crazy how they went to the label was like, oh, to send a check.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people do that though.
I ain't know that, bro.
I just don't like to box myself in. Like I said, I'm like super creative, and it's like I know how to do this shit, so why not do it? Why say just okay, you only can rap when I know how to do all this other shit. So I got 3 producers I signed to, and like I collab with them on my beats. You know what I'm saying? So
So can you talk us through that process of like when you're signed to somebody but signing other people? How does that work out? Like that business aspect. How did you put that business structure together?
My first producer I signed was the guy that made Sleazy Flow Step 1 and like all of them songs, Raids, Santana and shit. And it just like shit. When I was coming up, I ain't had the money to sign him, but I told him, I'm like, bro, sign with me. I'm gonna make sure you straight though. Like you just gotta believe in me. I believe in you. Like we gonna go far with this shit. And shit, he like, yeah, bro, I'll sign to you. And that shit changed his life, and my life ended up changing too.
Yeah.
It was just something that I just thought I needed to do. You know, I'm like, shit, why not?
So hold up. So you signed them before you even had your deal, or this is?
Yeah, my first producer, I signed him before I had my deal.
Don't it feel good when you could say, I told y'all niggas I was gonna do it, right?
No, that's a fact.
Like it feels, cause I be telling my niggas all the time, like, yo, just wait, bro. Cause like you see so many other shit go wrong in South with friendships and shit like that. And you're like, nah, I can't wait till I show my niggas I am who I say I am. I know that shit had to feel
Yeah,
good.
and I found him on YouTube. So it's like I found him on YouTube, and I got his info, and I'm like, bro, you know my sound. Like I fuck with your shit heavy. Like we gotta lock in. We gotta make this shit official. And he was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
That's fire, bro. I love what you got going on, bro. For real, man. Just again, man, just seeing the growth in you as an artist, bro.
Yeah.
I much respect, man. Anytime I could help support, you got my support for real. And that's just from man to man.
Not for sure.
Yeah, man. What you got coming up next? Like, what are we promoting right now? Like, what's the
I'm finna drop a mixtape. And I got a single. Me and Boston Richie finna drop a single. It's actually one of my old songs that just went viral. I was talking about like my old catalog and like I've been having music.
Okay.
It's called Pressure, and that shit just went viral and it's going crazy right now.
And viral on TikTok?
Yeah.
TikTok good for that, boy. Cause
The first one viral on TikTok, right?
Yeah, I ain't viral on TikTok. I ain't even have a TikTok. So when people was telling me, I didn't care because I'm like, this shit ain't Facebook. This shit ain't Instagram. Like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. You know?
Yep.
Until I understood like how big TikTok was.
Yep.
So yeah.
And he was telling me that shit. I'm like, yo, TikTok is dope. It's going viral.
we learned that, yeah.
Yeah, when that shit was shut down.
Remember, literally, niggas was stressing it.
Facts, bro. Well, okay, the mixtape is coming. You about to drop shit with Boston Richie. Man, what else? Is there anything else?
Tour gonna be after that. And shit, really just continue to grow the business that I do have, you know, outside of music and just, yeah.
Well, the platform is always open for you to pull up, bro. You about to go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you just let us know when the clothing line drop again, so that we could go.
This nigga trying to get some free clothes.
I don't want no free clothes, bro. I just want to know when the clothing line, because the name is tough. Bakari is tough. I actually know somebody by the name of Bakari, and I was just like, I was wondering, like, what's the inspiration behind the name?
Well, I understand that, but like everything outside of that, I'm just intrigued to see what the development is gonna look like.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, man, the platform is always open, bro. Anytime you want to pull up, man, we appreciate you for sure. That's all we got, right?
Yes, sir.
SleezyWorldGo, Mr. J Hill.
Alexander DeBonk.
It's a wrap, guys. We out.
We out.